bathtub gin. Mix them up and let's begin. Oh, knock 3 times, let you in for the bathtub gin. Bathtub gin, lock me up, it is my sin, oh bail me out. We'll start again on bathtub gin. You know my friends, they love to go out, clubs and parties, they laugh and shout, but there's one thing that'll keep them in, that's bathtub gin. Oh, bathtub gin, mix them up and let's begin. Oh, knock 3 times, let you in for the bathtub gin. Bathtub gin, lock me up, it is my sin, oh bail me out. We'll start again on bathtub gin. We love rum and whiskey too, bourbon's mighty sweet. Beer and wine are surely fine, but gin is hard to beat. Oh, bathtub gin, mix them up and let's begin. Oh, knock 3 times, let you in for the bathtub gin. Bathtub gin, mix them up and let's begin. Oh, knock 3 times, let you in for the bathtub gin. You know my friends, they love to go out, clubs and parties, they laugh and shout, but there's one thing that'll keep them in, that's bathtub gin. Oh, bathtub gin, lock me up, it is my sin, oh bail me out. We'll start again on bathtub gin. Bathtub gin, mix them up and let's begin. Oh, knock 3 times, we'll let you in for the bathtub gin. Knock 3 times, we'll let you in for the bathtub gin. Knock 3 times, we'll let you in for the bathtub gin. Welcome Boozeketeers to the untuned ukulele episode of Cocktales of Tiki King. I'll tune that up before things continue. Well, I'm not going to tune it up right now, but probably should have brought my notes down here so I know what I was doing. Tonight has been fraught with all sorts of adventure. Did extensive research and figured out what it's going to make and did some experiments and had all kinds of fun and then had printer issues printing the notes and finally got that worked out, and there was wrong networks and there was bugs in the system and all kinds of craziness. Crazy things happening. But, producer Maggie is to the rescue, bringing down the notes that the thing I didn't grab. There they are, look at that. So, how are you guys? It's Tuesday night, Tuesday evening, whatever it is. It's morning into the evening on Tuesday. It's actually not morning at all, it's just, see, let me bring my drink down here. I was drinking a drink, this whole thing is just, we started preparing like 4 hours ago. This is like probably the most preparation time we've ever done, and still right down to the wire, boom. But that's okay, because maybe I'll just, I'll get to drinking here real quick, and and hopefully things will go better from there. So here we are, episode 67, Cocktales of Tiki King. And so what's going on? Well, so today in history, in 1668, England took control of Bombay, India. Yeah, important thing about Bombay. There was a doctor from there, Dr. Bombay, calling Dr. Bombay. And tomorrow is International Whiskey Day. Is that, you pointing at my drink?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, bring that down so I can drink at it. I'm like a horse with no trough. I'm like a jockey with no bourbon. That's double rescue tonight. It's like you get bonus points for that. So tomorrow is International Whiskey Day. I want everybody to raise a glass of your favorite Scotch, your favorite Irish, whatever you want, your favorite whiskey. You can drink it with or without the E. It doesn't specify. It's International Whiskey Day. So today, I was thinking, what can I do? What can I do? And I thought, the fact that England took control of India in Bombay there. So there's a whole lot of stuff there. So, there's rich pirating history there. East India Trading Company. Actually, it's just the East India Company. I thought it was East India Trading for some reason, but just East India Company that is a trading company. There was also the Dutch East India Company, which those guys fought like cats and dogs. Well, they fought like pirates. They fought like armies. They fought like guys with guns. So, so lots of things came out of it. A lot of rum came out of there. A lot of spices, a lot of cinnamon, paprika, that sort of thing. But one thing that did not come out of there was Bombay Sapphire Gin. But apparently, funny thing, Bombay Sapphire Gin is made by Bacardi down in Barbados, I think, but is actually quite popular in Bombay, India. Who could have known? Who could have known? I guess somebody could have because they marketed it to them. But yeah, so what does come out of Bombay, India? I don't know, but I do know there's the Bombay cocktail, and that's what we're here to make tonight. We're going to make this Bombay cocktail because I've never tried it, but I figured, what the heck? So after careful planning, careful consideration, and knowing exactly what I had to work with, and how much, and where, and what, and wherewithal, it turns out I'm missing one ingredient, but we're going to press on anyway and just see what happens. And I apologize, but I'll tell you what that missing ingredient is in case you want to make this drink properly. That's how this show is. It's live. That's the thing with live. You can't go back and edit. But so what are we making? So the Bombay cocktail is 1.5 ounces brandy, 3/4 ounce dry vermouth, 3/4 ounce sweet vermouth, 1/4 ounce dry curacao, 2 dashes of absinthe, 2 dashes of orange bitters. So the thing that I'm missing, strangely enough, and this I can't figure out because I know that I had it, is dry vermouth. How can I not have dry vermouth? That's like the cornerstone of the martini. But I do have the sweet vermouth. But so I guess we'll just see what happens. We're just going to mess this thing up and see what we come up with. So what does it call for? Well, it calls for a couple things. It calls for some stuff. It calls for all those things I just told you about. But this one's a little different in that it's the recipe that I read anyway. Put that down there. So it's this stuff, this one here, and then things, and the curacao. What else? What else? The this and the that, and the so forth. Whatnot? None of that. Okay. Okay, that's the stuff. Let's throw 1.5 in this and there. So how you guys doing? You Boozeketeers? Everybody getting along all right? Everybody have their drink in hand? Everybody have their drink in their drinking hands? Producer Maggie's like, I don't. Get through this one so we can get on to the next thing. Vermouth. So that's what I don't have. Yeah, dry vermouth. So we're gonna have to see what happens. Now, one thing, dry vermouth is pretty has a distinct flavor, basically. So who knows? This recipe was invented in London, circa 1930. There's a whole bunch of different episodes, or a whole bunch of different versions of it. There's I'm using the one that came out of basically the Savoy cocktail book. But I'm making it wrong, so who knows? So maybe this is actually a different cocktail. This could be something entirely new. I don't know. That dash of absinthe. Now we were talking about this before with when we had the episode where we had the drink made with Jägermeister, and I talked a lot about Don the Beachcomber using absinthe. This calls for dashes. So, and then some bitters. And in the recipe book, it says it calls it a short drink. So I'm guessing they mean that it's not very tall. I should probably finish this up. But cleanse my palate with another cocktail. Because they said that this one was meant to be enjoyed quickly. So it's one of the things that I was attracted to. Because they said that it should be just enough. I can't get my strainer there. This is a strainer and shaker provided by our friend Ivy at the Boozeketeer. You should go down and visit her. because she has all kinds of good stuff. We'll talk more about that in a second. Alrighty, so here we go. New drink, incorrectly made. The Bombay. Let's see what happens. You can smell the absinthe. I can't say. I don't know. I think the dry vermouth might have fought with it. To be honest, it's interesting. It's certainly not as. It's not the undrinkable drink. You want to give this a try? I think you can drink. You can drink everything in here. It's all the stuff. I mean, you know, you might regret trying it. I don't know. But so the Bombay cocktail. I'd have to say, if I was going to put this on the board, it would probably be down pretty low. It wouldn't be. It's you know, classic cocktail. I don't think the dry vermouth would have made it better, to be honest. Yeah, it's, you know, I don't think I would. I'm gonna finish it. If I was in, you know, someplace fancy, if I was at Musso and Frank's and they said, you know, Tiki King, you might want to try the Bombay cocktail, I'd drink it. You know. But that's kind of a Boozeketeer. And I power on through. No matter how rough the seas of the cocktail are, I will go through in my dinghy, bailing all the way. But so hey, so Boozeketeer. So yeah, so like I said, we're gonna get on to that in a minute. We're gonna come back to that in a minute. Ivy, Boozeketeer, Salt Lake City. Go give her a visit. But we're gonna circle around and come back. So, speaking of Boozeketeers, I was at a meeting the other night, and actually Boozeketeer Deanne was there. And so we were, you know, all hanging about the place, and then get a message that there was that Boozeketeer James was there as well. He was in the same place. There was 2 Boozeketeers. 3, counting me. Do I count? I guess I count. You haven't counted 3, apparently. So 3 of us Boozeketeers, 1 surprise, 1 I didn't know who would be there, just happened to be there. And James received his Boozeketeers pin. So let's all raise a glass to James getting his Boozeketeers pin. And now I got to get a new one for my hat, because that one actually... So James, if you're watching, you should know, that one actually was my personal Boozeketeers pin that stays on my hat most times, so now I got to get another one. So we'll see who the next lucky recipient of the Tiki King hat Boozeketeers pin might be. Might as well like put 2 on my hat for just those sort of occasions. You know, I can't say I dislike it. Not my favorite, but it's all right. The Bombay cocktail. Look it up. It's on my website. It's on the cocktail database. Go to the Tiki King cocktail database. Look it up. See what happens. Could be good things. You never know. Could be bad. I don't know. I accept no responsibility for what happens to you when you go to the Tiki King cocktail database. It may tighten your wig for a nickel. That's enough of that nonsense. I should tune this thing up. I should play. So we were thinking I should play. So can you guys hear that, by the way? I'm gonna grab my tuner because that sounds terrible. Ooh, close up. Yeah, there I am again. There I am again. Here I am, and here you are. So you may have noticed, this is actually kind of exciting. You may have noticed that as I was walking about the place, the sound did not change because we've gone high tech, and I'm wearing a new microphone, so that no matter where I am, and no matter how much you don't want to, you should be able to hear me fairly well. I don't know, so someone can tell us if they can hear the ukulele. because this could just be, who knows, it could be overpowering, it could be blowing the place out. Oh, see, that's sweeter, that's nice. Everybody's okay? Sounds okay, you guys can hear that? Okay, well, I decided this is going to be an episode of Musical Interludes. Musical Interludes. Musical Interludes. They're not that steady, apparently. Apparently my hands are not steady as a puppet. I don't ever practice my own songs. No, I should. Shake for gin, shake for rice, shake for whiskey, my oh my. Up or over, with swizzle. Let me see you, I start sizzling. Shake for moonshine, shake for scotch. I'll make sure I'll never hit your spot. Come on over, I'm always ready. With arms holding my hand steady and shake, baby. Ooh, shake it. Keep on shaking. You know what, actually, I shouldn't be singing about shaking. I should be doing some actual shaking. Because, and that's where we're coming around. I told you I was going to come around. Eventually. People who say, eventually they'll come around. Look at it, coming right around the bar. Oh, that's not even funny. So I was down seeing Ivy down there at the Boozeketeer. I got this fine shaker.
Having some problems here.
There's a problem?
Oh.
What's happening? Are things awry?
It's gonna be okay.
Is it gonna be okay? Okay. Should I press on?
This is falling over.
Did we lose everybody?
No, but this is falling over.
Oh. I guess we should have had the 1 foot forward. 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Okay, there.
Is that better? Okay.
No.
No.
But it's gonna do.
It's good. Okay. Well, if gonna do is good enough for tonight, and for me and for you Boozeketeers. I know you don't care. The camera could be upside down, and I could be with it. I could be lying about on the floor, mumbling in my sleep, and you guys would probably watch for a good 5 minutes before you went to do something else. So, strainer from the Boozeketeer. Shaker from the Boozeketeer. And you're wondering, I know you're like, Tiki King, you've got shakers, we've seen them. You're just saying about shakers. Shakers are part of your life. It's a whole big thing, the shaking and the whatnot. But here's the thing. Yeah, I got lots of shakers. You wouldn't believe the shakers I've got. People come from miles to go to the store, which has nothing to do with me. So the difference is, you see that? Look at that. Chrome. There's two, they're both the same, but they're different because they're different sizes, you see. And this fits into there, and you do the shaking, and then you give it boom, and it's all professional. This right here, this is what the pros use. And I've always wanted one, but I finally was in there, and like I said, down and visiting Ivy at the Boozeketeer, and producer Maggie will put the Boozeketeer address up on the screen so that you can all see it, and go visit her if you happen to be in the area. But she has got so much cool stuff. You know, when we did the show from the Boozeketeer, she has twice as much stuff now. There's like a whole wall of syrups and bitters and flavorings and garnishes, and I mean you can get everything there. I mean everything but the booze. The Boozeketeer has everything but the booze. She's got one thing she showed us, which was pretty cool. She has bell jiggers, which a bell jigger is like as close as you can get to the original jigger, which was actually an egg cup. But they're nice. They're really hard to find. So if you are a shaken aficionado, you want to go down to the Boozeketeer and grab yourself a bell jigger because they're cool. But she had new tiki mugs, absinthe fountains, books galore. We got a flask, which I probably can't mention in case somebody is watching because it's a present. So, but all kinds of new stuff. So go on down, see Ivy at the Boozeketeer, and she will set you up with anything you need except for the booze. Like I said, she's got all the stuff. And so I picked up this shaker, and I'm very excited about it. And that's one thing that tonight, one of the things I was looking for is I was making sure that the drinks we made I could shake with. 'Cause, you know. So what's our second drink? We're doing 2 drinks I told you tonight, and the second one is actually kind of exciting. Because it's my own invention. This is a brand new recipe. No one's ever had this before. Well, actually, that's not true because we made some this afternoon. So we had some. But this has not been released into the wild yet. It is up on the website. What is it? What's the deal? Why? Why do you ask? Are you wondering? What I'm going to make next is called the coup d'orange in French, or the heart of the orange in English. But coup d'orange sounds better because it's, because French. But anyway, so what is it? You're going, Tiki King, what did you do? You threw stuff together and did what? But actually, I threw a whole bunch of stuff together over a long period of time and did extensive research and came to the conclusion that it needed more of this and a little less of that, and scratched things out and rewrote them and came up with this. So, what it is, let's see. So, shaker half filled with ice. We're going to go with kabang. So I'm going to make a double because I know producer Maggie is probably one of these. So this calls for 1/4 ounce of dry curacao, so we're going to go with a 1/2 ounce. So like I said, we're doing a double. Does not call for sweet vermouth. And it calls for 1/2 ounce of vanilla brandy. So we're going to go with 1 whole ounce of vanilla brandy. Put that over there. And then 1/2 ounce of Kirschwasser, our old friend, our dear good old friend Kirschwasser. We like to talk about Kirschwasser. Kirschwasser is a dusty bottle, and we love the dusty bottles here on the Tiki King Cocktales with Tiki King show. And this is going to 1/2 ounce. So we're going with a 1 ounce. Of the Kirschwasser, and then 1/2 ounce of Luxardo Maraschino liqueur. We talked about this on an episode a little while back, so we're going to go with 1 ounce of that. And 1 ounce of vodka. And we're using, tonight, Cocktales the Tiki King show, we're using grape vodka, which is vodka made from grapes. We talked about it on last show about all the different things you make vodka out of. And I thought tonight, rather than the potato vodka, we would go with the grape vodka, see what happens. Could be something good. And then 3 ounces of orange juice. This is almost capacitizing my shaker. 1/2 ounce. So that would be 1 ounce of spiced honey syrup. I know It's all complicated. Like I said, go to the website. It's on there. You can look it up. 1/4 ounce lemon juice with a 1/2 ounce. Since we're doing double. There we go. And give that a good shake. And here we go. If I did this right, I should fill both glasses nicely. Yeah. Perfect. Then garnished. An orange, a cherry, and on top there. There's one for producer Maggie. It's full. Watch out. Yeah, give it the bar sip. I like it.
I like it too.
I'm happy with it. So yeah, so I invented that drink this afternoon. I decided that we needed another drink for the Wicked Wench here. So that makes us, so we have now our 2 bar specialty drinks. Inventions here at the Wicked Wench are the Wicked Wench and the Coup d'Orange. So look it up on the website there and make one for yourself. You won't be disappointed if you like it. That's all I can say. Oh, and speaking of websites, you should go to the websites. Go to tikiking.com and check out all the things there. Especially check out where there's the necklaces for sale there, and buy yourself some necklaces. Oh, there's also I put it on Facebook. I put a link out there on Facebook about my bracelets, because people are always saying, Tiki King, where do you get your bracelets? And I say, well, I make them. And they say, I want one. Well, now you can get one. So go check that out. Go to the Booze portal and check out all the Boozeketeer goodness there, and go to tikiking.info and check out that stuff, fun things there. And so there's like Tiki King stuff everywhere. You can't get away from it. You can barely swing a vodka bottle without hitting something that says Tiki King on it. Did you guys share the program? You Boozeketeers, you should. I know that Boozeketeer CJ did a watch party last week. Apparently that went very well. Had a bunch of people out there doing their own thing and apparently insulting me, and I couldn't see it. But that's probably, I usually can't see CJ. He insults me in his sleep. It's kind of weird. We've shared rooms before, and I wake up, he's swearing at me, and I'm like, what'd I do? And he's like, oh, sorry, I was sleeping. But that's another story. That's another story. Speaking of Boozeketeer CJ, we're going to his neighborhood. Wicketeers playing the anniversary of the Dionysus Brewery in Bakersfield this coming Saturday. So come on out and join us. There's going to be all kinds of fun food and vendors and tasty beers galore. And come out and we'll raise a glass to each other and raise a glass to absent friends and whatnot, and generally drink a bunch of booze and have a good time and bang on drums and bagpipes and make a bunch of noise, and it'll be a good thing for me and you and everybody else. So there you go. That's the stuff. That's the things. I always say, well, no, I don't say that, but I'm going to say it now. Experiment. Get out your dusty bottles and mix things together. And sometimes they'll taste bad and sometimes it won't. Sometimes it'll be really good. And if it's not quite right, keep adjusting it. Find, if you're, that's the Boozeketeer spirit. Make it work. Make it good. Do good things, think good things, drink good things. That's important. But you know, all I can say is you might find yourself sending in a recipe for something that you've concocted, and then we can concoct it, and then everybody can concoct it, and then it'll just be one big concoction. You know what I mean? And speaking of that, I'm always pleading. Send us an invitation to come to your place and booze it up, and we will. Or send us let us know places we can go. Say, hey, there's a corner bar, there's this dive bar, this cool place that you can come to, and we can booze it up there and film the whole thing. And you know, that's always fun. And plus, you get to be there, and we get to be there, and it's kind of like a whole thing. And you may get a Boozeketeer pin out of it. You may get eternal fame. That I cannot tell you, because you may not, but it's possible. Weird things happen. Weird things can and do happen. But that's about all the weirdness that I'm going to do tonight. So until next time, Boozeketeers, like I said, think good things, drink good things. And I'm going to say, for all of you who have watched 67? Gee, pretty. 67 weeks. You always tune in hoping that someday it will be good. And my promise to you is always that you can continue to hope. And with that, I'm going to say I'm Tiki King and you're the Boozeketeers. And I hope to see you out there somewhere. And when I do, buy me a drink. And with that, I guess I'll be quiet.